Bingo, bango. I believe we are live, but let's give us 20 seconds to make sure we have everything sorted out here, and then we'll be live again. Live. Drop a comment down in the chat, say hi. I'll be the first one to start. Hello, campers. Did that go? Yes, it worked. Can I do this? Power of, well, it just started? Oh, I'm really far behind. Okay, okay. All right, so what do we got rocking? Ready, 19. It could be a little louder? Okay. Boom, boom. That's a little louder. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to that conference. Welcome to the On That version of that conference. New for us, new for you, but we have been hard at work for the past 16, 18 months now, trying to reimagine how we can interact and be together on a daily basis. So with that being said, hi, here's my virtual hug. I'm so glad to see everybody. I guess I can't see you, but you can see me. Please say hi down in chat, ask any questions. I want to kind of set the stage for our time together. Even though the conference starts tomorrow, our presence online, our presence digitally, you being online with us is extremely important to how we think about things kind of going forward. So with that being said, if you're new here, my name is Clark Sell. I am the founder of that conference. Welcome. Welcome to our 10th year. Welcome to 10 years. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your ticket. It is immensely grateful, or we're immensely grateful for it. It supports doing this. We will get you one. I'll talk more about that later. But let's get started. So I have a few things I want to chat about. Got a little note here. We are actually decided to set up at the side of the stage in the main hall. So here we are, stage left. There's some stuff going on back there, getting things ready. We've been here for the past few days trying to get everything rocking and rolling like it has been in the past. It's a little surreal to be here, but you know, such is life. We're gonna keep going on. Camp doesn't close. With that, let's talk about that.us and how it came to be. So at the close of 2019, I made a little announcement at that conference saying we were going to do this thing called that.us, and it would be this connection point for us in between our times together at camp. And you know, when I think about community, when I think about people, we need each other every part of the day. We have different things at different points in our life where we need different folks to kind of come in and out to help us in our journey, if you will. And while it's great that we can all get together at some aspect of the year, not everybody can be part of it, whether they live across the globe or financial situations, whatever have you. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't include folks. And we need to find a way to bridge that gap. And that was that.us. How could we interact together every day online? And it's important for us because we felt like we're at a time where we could do these things better. And what I mean by that is it's not that people are doing them bad, it's that technology's changed. If I think of where we were 10 years ago for that conference, the conference Wi-Fi was a mess. We fast forward to today and you know, everybody's getting like 60 megs down. So our advancements have led us to a place where we can do things differently, and thus we kind of need to reimagine how we could, in fact, interact online. And so that was our goal. Like, if we could build a platform where tooling didn't have to be an issue, where we could just connect, you could just use a browser or a phone, and we instead made a stage, if you will, a room, and you could just create them and augment them, and we could help you find the people that you need to find, help connect you with maybe your next job, help companies grow their business. This is how we think about it, right? And That.us is just this, see, I said just, that's not a just. It's our platform to enable you to reach the people that you need to. Now, we've been scurrying along for 16 months, and a lot's happened. A year, I guess 16 months ago, last August, when we had our event, it was the first run of that.us. We did 125 activities, as we call them now, and they were all things of all types, from how you, from programming things to, self-help, whatever. You all made the schedule. We made the platform. And that still rings true to this year. That's the spirit of this. If you think about our open spaces room over there, if you've ever been here before, we know we can't pick all of the things that people want to hear about, the things that they're passionate about. And thus, open spaces for us is this kind of secret sauce of you being able to tailor this to your needs. And we think of that.us as this way that you can tailor your community experience every day. And so we took that same spirit, put it online, and when we think about that conference 2021, we think about these two tracks, on that and at that. Now, we're beta testing those words, but for us, it feels like it's a good way to give respect to those delivery means. And what do I mean by that? We chose 30-some, 40 speakers to speak on that, and then we chose the number of speakers to speak at that. And we didn't want the people who were online to have this kind of view through the glass experience. It's not that we couldn't have streamed the rooms outwards. There's complexities in that. But what we didn't want people who were online to do to feel is that they weren't really part of the experience. And we've had so many sessions over the past 16 months on that we felt it was better to just either be on or be at. And that way you can have the same experience on either side, completely respecting the platform that you're in, and be involved the best way that you can. Now, part of what we really like about that.us is we don't have to dictate a schedule. So while we've put a few folks on, or pre-picked a few folks, you have the opportunity to add to the schedule. You have the opportunity to add more sessions, hallway chats, whatever you want to do. If you have a ticket, you can go out there right now and add your session or activity. Activity session, same kind of thing. Hold on a second. And so we feel like that's important. We wanted to kind of prime the pump, if you will, but let you then tailor your experience for the next 4 days. And maybe you can't quite make it during the morning, but you want to make it at night. That's fine. The beauty about online, and I think that this is important to the spirit of what we have, is we're not bound by length of time or rooms like we are physically here. There are only so many session rooms at that, right? We only have so many hours in the day to change rooms over and set up and whatnot. But online, look, if a session goes for 4 hours, that's great. If everybody who was in that session felt that it was valuable, then that 4 hours is valuable. If it went for 30 minutes and it was valuable, great. That's all that it needs to be. And if there's 100 things at one time, or there's one thing at one time, that's fine, because you get to dictate that schedule. And that's an important piece of the experience going forward, because we've asked folks to get interactive. I'm asking you to put your things that you're interested in on the schedule to augment it such that we can all grow together. So let's go through a few things. Make sure, drop some questions in chat. I have no intentions to fill a certain time, but if there are things, then there are things. Let's go through some that.us stuff. Let me do a little switchy switch. I think I can do this. And, oh no, before we do, let's do that. Let's talk about how we got here. Let me thank a few sponsors, in particular Keynote Mutual Group, Unspecified, and Vizian KBX. You know, the last 16 months have been hard. We didn't hit pause. It takes a lot of money to run this and the site and the development and all that. But I want to make sure that you understand that the sponsors who have supported us this year come at a time where it was absolutely critical. So I can't thank them enough for their partnership, their involvement, all of the folks that's been involved. Feel free to stop by that.us WAC partners, check them out, check the offerings that they have. We've been hard at work with them to kind of amp up their presence and what they want to bring back to the community and things that they have for you to offer. So if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for partnerships with work or need consulting firms, whatnot, products, please check them out. Tell them we sent you and say hi. Let's switch again to here. So, couple pro tips. I know I use the platform every day, so I realize that there may be some things that I've overlooked, some hardships. But it's new and growing, and if you find or have feedback, send us feedback. But first, let's talk about activities in a schedule. So, an activity in a session, same thing. We chose to use the word activity because we wanted to kind of not put any kind of mental boundaries on what you could talk about. If you want to pair program, cool. Designer stuff, cool. You want to just chat, hang out, that's cool too. All those things are allowed, which is where we landed on an activity. And essentially we're creating a room. And this schedule page is nothing more than this kind of glorified calendar, if you will, of the rooms and the times and the people who will be involved, you know, kicked off by a topic. And so I know there's been a desire to have a dense view. Unfortunately, I just didn't get to it. But as you look at the cards, you know, blue on the bottom are the things that are happening this week here. Let's get past Monday. Here's our keynotes. Wesley, awesome individual. You can watch us tomorrow on YouTube. All the keynotes will be on YouTube. Here we go, Monday. So here, Jonathan Tower, we'll pick on him because he's the first one that came up. Mind you, I clicked on his activity, but you'll see his contact information or how to get a hold of him more, what time his session starts, and while it does say 60 minutes, the reality is it could go 30, it could go 4 hours. There's no reason for it to stop. I have a limitation of our system. Apparently a lot of people like what he's got to say. And throughout the talk, he has the ability to add additional resources and download links and whatnot that may have come up, and then they can be saved here and everybody can get them. So some you'll see some more copied down at the bottom with that stuff represented. And the important part is, how do you get to it? You just click on a button. You just join in a day. 5 minutes before, it'll let you come into the room. There is a room cap of 100, 125 per room, which shouldn't really be an issue. But you click on that and it will take you into the room. In the room, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. We should have set up a test room. I should have set up a test room. Will you set up a activity to kick off at I don't know, 12:20 or now? Huh? Add you to it? No, you just create it for you, and then I'll join it. You don't need to join it. We'll join one. So that's the activities, right? Here's the schedule again. You can join from the schedule the ones that have, let me get there, the ones that are, that button will light up. You can hit it, you'll be taken into the room. And away you go. From there, after, inside every room, there's chat. There's the ability for you to raise your hand. And really what we've asked, or what we ask all, not just the people who have this camp counselor's tag, but what we've asked everybody to do is think of themselves as a guide and create this acoustic space, if you will, so that everybody has an opportunity to be involved. I don't want you to just listen, if you will. I want you to ask questions. I want the conversation to meander around what people feel is important, because it's your time together. So just like we can't predict what sessions they want, that individual might not be able to kind of predict all of your questions. So it's important when we're together online to kind of respect each other's acoustic space, raise our hand, give some time, some pause between thoughts or conversations for others to kind of jump in, since we don't have the same visual cues of like when we're sitting together, maybe somebody's trying to nudge. So think about that, respect others that are there. If something was to happen, everybody's a moderator, right? So maybe somebody didn't know they didn't mute. You have the ability to mute them. After 5 folks, everybody's automatically muted anyways. But not with saying, I think of it like it's our shared home, and thus we all have kind of a responsibility to keep the house clean. I mentioned you can, if you have a ticket, if you don't have a ticket, you should go get a ticket. But if you have a ticket, you can augment the schedule now, or you can add to the schedule, maybe that's a better word. First, you start with selecting your event. That.us was set up so that we can do them every day. We now have monthly events that we're doing. But pick that conference 2021. That way when people look at the schedule, you can see what's there. People who are here have the ability to join online as well. And then you just go through and you type what you want. Clark, can't even spell my own name. Clark, keynote, very thirsty too. Some more stuff we'll add. This is a test. Some takeaways, like what do you feel like people should come out of this with? I hope you come out of this with using that.us every day. Where is it? That.us. Is that HTTP? This is the best demo ever. And then you get to schedule a time. So here, we'll do it at 12:45 for, estimated time of 45 minutes. I submit, taken to the things that I have done. I can go back and edit it. And here at 12:45, 12 o'clock, I'm giving a keynote. There I am, 12:45. Just got added. So I think of things like that, create some hallway conversations, create, maybe morning coffee. We try not to dictate, what is there and what people can do. But now that it's there, let's join it. Now, mind you, I'm on my iPad, so things are a little, I'm going to say just launch in the web, allow. Now I'm in my session. I didn't need to, now I guess I have an overlay on, so let me turn that overlay off. So I'm in my session now. If I was sharing my screen, because you can do that, let's share a screen. Nope, turn off my camera. I've never tried sharing a screen on the iPad. Maybe you can't do it on an iPad. I'll have to look into that one. If you're on your computer, you can share your screen. And then if you turn the video back on in the window, then you get an overlay, kind of like this overlay here. That's down below. So just a few things there. Also, join us in Slack. Just because there's chat in the window, we have a very vibrant and active Slack community, Slack folks that chat all day, every day of the year. Last I looked, there were 1,700 or so in there. So feel free to join if you're not. I don't really want to say on stream where it's at, but you could probably guess or find it somewhere. Trying to keep the trolls out.
Anybody has questions, ask that chat right now.
Yeah, if you have questions, you could just ask in our little sign up window. Is that what you mean, the little bubble?
Yeah, well, I'm saying for this stream, ask that because YouTube doesn't have the comments on.
Ask it in the channel.
In Slack.
In Slack. Yeah, but they don't know how to get to Slack. We're trying to get them in Slack.
Ones that are in Slack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you have, oh, we don't even have comments on right now?
I didn't want to turn them on. I didn't know if it would mess up the stream while you're live.
Oh, well, that's why there's no comments, man. That stinks. Oh, turn them on. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Let's see.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Let's be agile. I wondered why nobody was asking comments. They can't answer any comments. Let me get a swig of water. We call this an agile presentation. Let's see. Brett's trying to get the comments turned on. Didn't realize they weren't turned on. Let's see. I mentioned the activities. I gave you some.
You may need to reload the screen, but they're working.
Okay. You may need to reload the screen, but they're on. So now drop a comment and say hi. Let's see if this works. You can raise your hand. Okay. One of the beauties about that.us is it is just a browser. So some folks, like if you're doing a presentation, you want to see, kind of both things going on, like the gallery view of the people and you're presenting. I typically just join from two machines. I have my iPad showing the gallery view of that activity, and then I'm sharing my screen on my laptop. And be booping that way and my video all over there. And so try to kind of bridge the experience between the two sides of things. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean for that to happen. Let's see. Hey, Sean, you're in. Comments are on. Oh my, look at that. So much better. Thought I was talking to I didn't think anybody cared. Now it's on like there. Woo woo. Roman, hey. Sessions will not be recorded. That's a question that's come up quite a bit. There's a number of reasons I don't want to get into, and budgetary and whatnot. But they won't be recorded. What else? Roman actually asked a good question on Tidio. Will you look up that one, Brett? Dawn, you were a topic of conversation last night. I emailed you back. Christy, David, Eric, so glad to see you all now. Ooh, I feel so much better. So ask questions, because that's why we're here. This is kind of the kickoff to the kickoff. I wanted to make sure everybody kind of heard from my dome, how we think about things. We're so close to it. I don't know, we don't always know what we're missing. Will the decks be available, or can we make them be? Yes. So here's how we feel about this. This is why we have the additional resources and takeaways and things that you can go on to your session and edit it. And point a link back. Like, I don't need to store your information. We don't think of any of y'all like the product. You are the community. I don't really want to store it. I want to give you a pointer to your work, and then let us just give you the Google juice. So what I would do is I would go into, if I had an activity, I'd go into that activity, I'd drop a resource with a link to the deck, point people to it, put a little description, and then it's on there. Is YouTube the only option for watching on-net presentations? No. YouTube is the only option for watching the keynotes. So that was Roman's question. Great question. And we're and that's only because of the number of folks that come in. They'll be recorded. You can reference them back. All of the on that stuff is on that. What else? Dawn's emailing me. Now it'll take me 6 weeks to get back to you. Okay. If you have issues on that.us, which I'm sure somebody will, you can always refresh. That kind of reboots everything, if you will. We can rejoin. Every now and then we've seen some kind of goofy stuff happen. We've been trying to squash bugs and get things fixed. There's a lot of things that we set up for here that we didn't quite get done for you around lead generation and how people can follow. I mean, you can follow one another, but how you do this kind of contact exchange. More on that's coming. Like I said, join us in Slack. But all of that, all that being said, your time together is for y'all to make it yours, right? We picked some people to speak online to kind of boot up the conversation, but it's for you all to tailor it for your experience. And that's the key point I want to drive home. At the end of this, when it's over, then what? Well, it just continues. Like that.us is a thing every day. We have this community section that we can get back to now. Actually, let's talk about a few other things. So, and I'll give you a bit of how I think about it. Members for us, and maybe kind of misnamed, but the family that's here, the people that you see listed here have chosen to keep their part of their profile public. We'll pick on Andy for a minute since I know Andy. Here's how you can get to Andy. You can see I'm following him. More on this like thing will come to be over time. If he had any sessions listed, they would be listed there. Actually, I can just go to mine because I have some stuff. Right, you'll see the sessions that I have upcoming. Clearly, more of you need to follow me and make me feel better. The badges that I've earned, we have badges for everybody. We just haven't got them allocated yet. But this is, without people, right, without the members, you don't really have a community, right? And that was a key piece for us to make sure that members, all of us, are represented as the people who are in the community. And from there, we think of then communities as this collection of topic areas that join us together. And so we haven't been able to work on this as much as we have liked because we were trying to set up for this event. But Arthur Kay, who's been running a weekly cybersecurity thing, they get online every Wednesday night. And Hack the Box, I think it's called Hack the Box. It's on the schedule or will be back again after this week. But it's a place for everybody to kind of get together, and we're excited to grow that part of it. Our partners, I mentioned they're partners. Again, these are the people who are active right now in helping us kind of push the ball forward. They have their own home. We'll look at my company. And what we've tried to do is give them a place where they can represent who they are more than just a logo, right? Who are the people that are part of the team? What are their goals? If they have a kind of a call for action for you. Tanya, hi, it's good to see you. We were exchanging emails. There's sessions in this case that are part of this event or that we've featured, any roles or any job opportunities if there's one. So the point being, they're people too, right? And without those partners, we don't exist. So that's us. That's what's been cooking. Here's the event. Little sneak peek down below of next year. More to come on that. If you don't have a ticket, you can still buy a ticket. We're going to leave tickets open until the close of the day. We realize that some people kind of purchasing late. For those that did buy a ticket, we owe you a shirt. We're going to have it fulfilled in the store. Everybody who has a ticket will get a discount to the store. So you'll get an email from us when we get a chance to go in a store, pick out your size, and then it will fulfill itself. If you don't know where the store is, it's store.thatconference.com. You can go there. We got some awesome stuff that's going to go up there. Some pretty serious discounts in hopes to kind of celebrate year 10, because it's very hard to believe that we're here, especially after the last 16 months. And then lastly, we have a membership program. It's something new for us, but it is a way to help support the work that we're doing here. We don't want to make, and we will never make, anybody the product, but we are trying to make this sustainable to grow it so that you have a place, a safe place, community that you can go to every time of the year, no matter what. And I think about being here or being online is just a family reunion, if you will. It's our time where we can get together, have a higher fidelity conversation. I think when we do online, we should be able to do it better. I think that, watching through the glass is kind of a terrible experience. We know people are tired, but I also know that when we get together online, whether it's 2 people or 100 people, we can move mountains. And so we want to make sure that we kind of create that. You're a big piece of it. I want your feedback through the week on how it goes. I'll be in and out of some of the sessions or the activities when kind of time allots. As you can imagine, I haven't even written the keynotes. Make sure to catch our keynotes every morning. They're amazing this year by some amazing individuals. They're amazing every year. But this year they hit a little home being year 10. With that, do you have any questions? I'll wait for, 20 seconds to answer some questions. I'll grab a swig of water. Waiting to see if a few more questions come in. Let's switch back over here. And I'll leave with, unless some questions pop in, I'll leave with, again, thank you for being part of this. Thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for investing, yourself in it and sharing what you have with others. We leave here, join us in Slack. Start adding to the schedule. It's open. That.us continues on. Like it doesn't get shut down. We just keep on moving. So be part of some of the communities, be part of adding stuff every week, every day. Watch us on the keynotes. If you don't have a ticket, get a ticket. We'll get you a shirt and a discount code. Become a member. I feel like there was something else. Thank you. Thank you. That's a good way to end. Thank you. Thank you. In all seriousness, thank you. If you got questions, you know how to find us. Oh, join us in Slack. But with that, thank you. Sincerely, this is my cousin's RV. The stage is getting set, and I'll see you next time.